All right, let's dive into a problem that costs the US healthcare system a whopping $150 billion every single year. And the solution? It's not some new wonder drug or a fancy surgical robot. It's a piece of software that is literally learning to predict what we're going to do.
I think this quote just nails it. It really gets to the heart of the problem. That empty chair, it's more than a missed appointment. It's a moment when care didn't get delivered, resources were just completely wasted, and the entire system felt a financial shockwave. And the scale of that shockwave? Well, it's pretty staggering.
Yeah, $150 billion. Just let that sink in for a second. It's a number so big, it's kind of hard to even wrap your head around. And that's the thing. This isn't the cost of some complicated breakthrough procedure. This is the price tag for inefficiency. It's the cost of a misconnection between a patient who needs help and a doctor who's ready to give it. So today, we're going to explore how machine learning is trying to fix this massive problem, maybe once and for all.
So you're probably asking, how on earth does an empty chair end up costing so much? Well, it's not as simple as just the one lost fee for that visit. The costs, they stack up and they run deep.
Okay, so first there's the direct, obvious hit, right? We're talking about $200 for your average visit and way more for a specialist. Poof, gone. Then you've got the overhead. The clinic still has to pay the rent, keep the lights on, and pay the staff whether you show up or not. But here is the real kicker, the hidden cost. A missed checkup for something like diabetes could easily turn into a trip to the emergency room down the line, and that is so much more expensive for absolutely everyone involved.
And I know what you're thinking. Hang on, don't we have text message reminders for this stuff now? And yes, we do. But it turns out the problem is way more complex than just people being a little forgetful.
So take a look at this. Yeah, forgetfulness is the biggest single slice of the pie. But look at everything else. People can't get a ride, they can't get time off work, they have a family emergency, or they just have that white coat anxiety. They're genuinely nervous about the visit itself. These are real human problems that a simple "see you tomorrow" text just isn't going to fix.
And that is exactly why the old ways of dealing with this just don't cut it. Having a staff member make 100 phone calls or trying to scare people with a $50 penalty fee, it's all reactive. It's trying to solve the problem after the fact instead of getting out ahead of it. This is where the whole game changes. Instead of just reacting, what if you could actually predict who is going to be a no-show? That's what machine learning is bringing to the table. So the core idea is something called predictive risk scoring. And it's pretty simple, really. For every single appointment on the calendar, an AI model calculates the probability, the percent chance that the patient won't show up. It's basically a weather forecast, but instead of predicting rain, it's predicting that empty chair. So how in the world does it do that? Well, the AI is like a superpowered detective, sifting through mountains of data for patterns a human could never spot. It looks at a patient's history, of course, but it also looks at things like how far in advance the appointment was booked. It even finds trends like the Friday factor. You know that 4 p.m. slot on a Friday? That's a high-risk slot. Some of the really advanced models even pull in real-time data on weather and traffic to tweak the prediction. It's wild. And this just shows you how powerful this can be. It turns out a patient's history is the single biggest predictor. If someone has a history of missing appointments, their risk score can shoot up by almost 5 times. The system learns. It sees the pattern. Okay, so the system can predict a no-show. That's pretty cool. But so what? What does the clinic actually do with that information? Well, this is where prediction gets turned into action. And it's not about just canceling appointments for people flagged as high risk. No way. It's about using smart interventions. So instead of a one-size-fits-all text, the system sends personalized reminders. It strategically overbooks certain slots it knows are risky, and it completely automates filling last-minute cancellations. Let's talk about that smart overbooking, because it's pretty brilliant. Just think of it like how airlines operate. They know a certain number of people won't make the flight, so they sell a few extra seats. This system does the same thing, but with way more precision. It only overbooks these specific time slots that have a super high, data-backed probability of being a no-show. And the efficiency this creates is just incredible. When a high-risk patient does end up canceling, the system can instantly send a text to patients on the wait list. So a spot that used to take a staff member hours of playing phone tag to fill can now be taken care of in under 30 minutes. That is a huge win. So, the results from these systems are, frankly, undeniable.
they work. But this new world of efficiency brings up an equally important and much more complicated question about fairness. I mean, just look at the real-world impact here. Emirates Health Services put one of these AI systems in place. Before, their no-show rate was 21%. That's 1 out of every 5 appointments. After the AI, it dropped to 10.4%. They literally cut the problem in half. It was a massive success. But this is where we have to pause and ask the hard question. Is there a hidden price to this success? Who is the system identifying as high risk? And more importantly, why? And here we are at the ethical dilemma. The system's main goal is to make the clinic more efficient and profitable. But what happens if the data shows that people who rely on an unpredictable bus schedule are more likely to miss appointments? If the algorithm flags them as high risk, is the system just being efficient, or is it accidentally punishing people for systemic problems that are completely out of their control?
This is where the conversation is shifting, thankfully. The smartest way to use this tech isn't to penalize high-risk patients, it's to help them. So imagine if flagging a patient for transportation issues automatically triggered an offer for a rideshare voucher. Or maybe it suggests a telehealth visit instead. The goal changes from exclusion to support.
So in the end, ML-driven scheduling is clearly a powerful tool. It can solve a $150 billion problem, no question. But its real potential, its true promise, isn't just in optimizing a calendar. It's in understanding and actually supporting the real-life challenges patients have. So the goal, then, isn't just to build smarter systems, it's to build more compassionate ones. And that's the real challenge and the real opportunity.